For the first time in more than 2 decades, the NBA did something that once felt impossible. LeBron James, the defining player of an entire generation, was left off the All-Star starters list.
No ceremonial nod, no lifetime achievement exception, no automatic lock.
Just a quiet absence that spoke louder than any announcement.
For years, LeBron's name didn't just appear on the ballot, it dominated it. Fans didn't debate whether he belonged, they debated where he ranked among the greatest to ever touch a basketball.
Being an all-star starter wasn't an honor for LeBron James. It was a given.
And that's what makes this moment so jarring.
For more than 20 years, LeBron James owned All-Star Weekend. From the moment he entered the league as an 18-year-old prodigy, he became the NBA's centerpiece. The only time he wasn't selected as an all-star starter came all the way back in 2004, his rookie season, before the crown, before the expectations, before the empire.
That streak survived everything.
Rule changes, lockouts, super teams, the rise and fall of dynasties.
LeBron outlasted rivals, systems, coaches, and even the cities he played in.
Until now.
This season, the unthinkable finally happened. LeBron James was left out of the fan vote for the upcoming All-Star game at the Intuit Dome. And when the NBA officially revealed the starting lineups for both conferences, the message was unmistakable. The Eastern Conference starters featured Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Cade Cunningham, and Jaylen Brown. A mix of established stars and rising faces who represent the league's present and future. Out west, the selections were just as telling. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Stephen Curry, Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama, and Luka Doncic earned starting spots.
Luka Doncic, LeBron's own teammate, made the list. LeBron James did not.
For the first time in 21 years, the king wasn't just dethroned.
He wasn't even invited to the ceremony. This wasn't a narrow miss.
This wasn't a controversial snub decided by fractions of a percent.
LeBron was nowhere near the top of the vote. And that raises an uncomfortable truth.
The NBA is changing.
Fans today are drawn to youth, speed, and novelty. They want to watch the next era being born in real time. Explosive guards, versatile bigs, players who feel new, unpredictable, and limitless. At 41 years old, LeBron James no longer represents what's next. He represents what was and what endured far longer than anyone ever expected. For many fans, that alone is reason enough to turn the page. But nostalgia isn't the only factor at play. This season hasn't been a vintage LeBron campaign. Injuries disrupted everything. Sciatica forced him to miss large portions of the season, breaking rhythm and consistency. Every time momentum started to build, his body demanded pause. And when he did take the floor, the production, while still impressive by league standards, didn't feel historic by LeBron's. Across 24 games, he averaged 22.6 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 6.9 assists. Strong numbers. Respectable numbers. But for a player who once defined dominance, they didn't scream inevitability. This wasn't the LeBron who bent defenses to his will. This wasn't the LeBron who controlled entire series with sheer force of presence. This was a version of LeBron navigating limits, something he rarely had to do before. And fans noticed. All-Star voting isn't just about stats. It's about moments, narratives, visibility. It's about who feels unavoidable when you turn on the TV. This year, LeBron didn't feel unavoidable.
Still, the story isn't finished.
Despite missing out on a starting spot, LeBron could still appear in the All-Star game if he's selected as a reserve by the league's coaches. And if there's one group that understands impact beyond highlight reels, it's the coaches who game plan against him. Even now, LeBron commands attention, respect, and strategic fear. Even diminished, his presence alters the floor. And history suggests that writing him off has never been a smart move. But there's one detail that turns this moment from surprising to symbolic. The last time LeBron James missed the All-Star game, his son, Bronny, hadn't been born. Today, Bronny James is in the NBA himself. That fact alone captures the weight of this moment better than any statistic ever could. LeBron's career has spanned generations, not just of fans, but of players. He entered the league before social media defined fame, before player empowerment became normal, before positionless basketball became the standard. And now, the league he once shaped is being reshaped by players who grew up watching him. This isn't just a snub, it's a signal. The NBA is stepping into a new era, one where legacy no longer guarantees relevance, and history doesn't automatically translate into votes. A league where even the greatest must compete with time itself. But if there's one constant in LeBron James's career, it's this. He has never responded quietly to doubt. Every time the narrative shifted, too young, too soft, too reliant on teammates, too old, he answered on the court. Not with words, with performances. So the real question isn't whether this snub marks the end. The real question is what happens next. Does this become the final chapter of a historic run? Or does it become another footnote in a career defined by defying expectations? Because if this truly is the beginning of the end, we're not reading about it in history books.
We're watching it unfold, one game at a time, right in front of us.